27 minutes after the hour. Scientology has some prominent followers and some very vocal critics, but now some of those critics are anonymous, taking their campaign to the internet.
Project Chanology is a protest movement against the practices of the Church of Scientology by members of the international hacktivist group Anonymous. Demonstrations were held outside Churches of Scientology on the 9th and 10th of February 2013 to mark the 5th anniversary of the operation. These are the events that took place in Manchester and London.
They get business rates.
Yeah, you know Richard Cromley. I was going to
I tell you what, find somebody who doesn't like the sacrament, I'll fucking eat my ass. You're as daft as them. You all stand that way. You're as daft as those idiots. Yeah. You are. You're as daft as them cranks. Go waste your day. Go.
If you want to come inside or not, but I can give you some stuff inside. What's your name? Tom. Sam. What have we got? Have we got an overview?
No, we've got
run out.
Yeah.
Oh my word.
Right, come on, you.
I'll get you one.
I don't know, babes.
You can take that if you like.
Yeah.
So that gives you some information about some of the charitable things that we fund and are involved in. Yeah, it's not about the religion itself.
Okay.
And then I think you can take one of these if you like, which is it's not religious. But it's like a moral code that we follow as a religion, and other people can too. You can take, that gives you a bit of an idea. As for information about the religion itself, we do have like a DVD that we publish, but I don't know if we've got one, so you can have that.
Great.
And you might want to just read this while you're in here. This is basically what we aim to do. Yeah. I don't mind if you want to take a picture of it.
A civilization without insanity, without criminals, and without war, where the able can prosper, and honest beings can have rights, and where man is free to rise to greater heights, are the aims of Scientology. First announced to an interbulated world in 1950, these aims are well within the grasp of our technology. Non-political in nature, Scientology welcomes any individual of any creed, race, or nation. We seek no revolution. We seek only evolution to higher states of being for the individual and for society. After endless millennia of ignorance about himself, his mind, and the universe, a breakthrough has been made for man. Other efforts man has made have been surpassed. The combined truths of 50,000 years of thinking men, distilled and amplified by new discoveries about man, have made for this success. We welcome you to Scientology. We only expect to be your help in achieving our aims.
Yes. Well, I think I've got the most reason to be here. I'm not the only Scientologist here today, but basically the Church of Scientology, in particular the leader, David Miscavige, are ruining the name Scientology.
If you love all the Christianity and Hinduism and Buddhism is too boring for you, try Scientology for only £2,000 a month. Only £2,000 a month. You can actually join the cult. They can force you to break up with your family and kids. You work as a slave, they take your passport, they force you to have abortions and all the other good stuff that a good cult should do.
I don't think the protests would do it on their own, but they'd probably help in setting this sort of thing up. I'd like to see David Miscavige put in jail, charged with lots of things, so that will help make it known to the public that the problem with Scientology is not the subject, it's the guy who's running it, it's the leader of the church. He's the one who locks people, literally imprisons them in his main base. I mean, Hubbard wasn't perfect, he did some wrong things, had some wrong ideas along the way, but he'd usually correct himself as he went along. wasn't such an easy bastard.
Most of the top executives have quit. They've been investigated in France. They've been convicted in France for fraud. They're being investigated in Belgium for fraud. Their quack drug rehab is being investigated in 2 different places in the States. Overall, it's been a pretty good 5 years.
Looking at Scientology and seeing if there's anything that's useful for them is just not considered by hardly anybody, because it's literally, in America there was a survey and Scientology was more hated than Al-Qaeda. Seriously.
Bloody hell, am I visible or what? Really?
It's made with